I am Brittany Hayward. I am the owner of the Plastic Flamingo, and I have been tattooing for 15 years. So I actually never really even planned on tattooing, and it all fell in my lap. When I was in school, I had a friend who was apprenticing at a tattoo shop, and he had gotten kicked out of his apartment, and we were living in Chicago, so space was at like a premium, and he ended up asking if he could use my closet that was empty in my apartment for his junk, and I said yes. And I just told him to like come get his junk before I moved out, and he never came to get it. And so in there there was like this box of tattoo equipment, and I ended up technically acquiring it because he never came to get it, and I threw like the majority of his stuff away, kept a few things that I actually thought he needed to get back. And then once my friends kind of found out that I had this box of tattoo equipment, they then started to ask me if I would tattoo him. So I did. I even got called out, like, I think in like first grade, we had a native tribal dancer, an artist thing come to my school, and we all had to draw these pictures, and they called my mom in to tell my mom, like, look, hers is so good. And it was like this just little generic guy. No, my mom still has it framed though, so it's really cute. I guess with like the filigree ornamental stuff, I've been drawing that forever. Like it has been my like happy place to like just go and sit and draw filigree. So like adding that aspect to like other work probably is pretty easy for me just because it's like my comfort zone. So like I did go to art school. I have like a lot of like fundamental art background, and then I also do permanent makeup, and with permanent makeup you have to have your color theory down like extremely like to a T. Because so with like permanent makeup, you're working with colors out of a bottle. Colors out of a bottle for permanent makeup typically always heal green, and when you put them in someone's face, you don't want them to heal green, so you have to modify them to be warm. And then you also have to pay attention to the person's skin's undertones, because that's also going to come up in the tattooing. So like learning that has made me kind of figure out like the color palettes that I like to use here. And my happy triangle is like pink, like a turquoisey blue greenish, barely green, but turquoisey color, and then my yellow. When I was in college, I was actually working for a beauty company. So beauty was like my thing when I was young. And then I fell into the tattooing, started doing that. And then after I realized that permanent makeup was a thing, I instantly jumped on that and then learned how to do permanent makeup. From there, kind of it just kind of kept expanding with it. My journey into restorative tattooing kind of is a little bit like sad. I had a client who had came in, who a doctor had taken, you know, like the plastic sheets that are green when you're little. They'd taken those that you make the circle with, and they had put a red circle and a smaller red circle. And she came in and wanted me to help her and fix her, and I didn't know how. Like I at the time like was not ready to, didn't know how to. I obviously knew how to tattoo, but not tattoo like that. So her coming into my life kind of really pushed me in that direction of wanting to learn more about aerial restoration. And I then took classes on it. I wanted the Plastic Flamingo to be a place that everybody felt welcome in. I know with like a lot of places that I had been before, you don't feel welcome in them, didn't feel welcome in them. But with here, I wanted this place to be like, well, like I wanted anybody to feel welcome. I want somebody who's 100 years old to walk in the doors and be like, oh, okay, this isn't what I thought this was going to be. I want anybody from any walk of life to come in and be here. Yeah. I know like with this specifically, women, I feel like were severely like underappreciated, I guess is the word. So I wanted to make it somewhere that they felt like they could come in. It's like, I think for me, one of the hardest parts of business is hiring your front desk staff. The front desk staff is like your glue that holds everything together, and it is hard to find somebody who's great at everything. Since the MySpace days, I was like a MySpace scene girl, and I was making content. So like that has been my life. Most of the time I see content as like a relief to life a lot of times. I'm pretty good at just like getting there and just like talking and blabbing, and then like if my blabbing's not good enough, I'll just delete it. And I think a big thing with content in the beginning is like people are so afraid of making a fool of themselves or saying the wrong thing. Just say the thing. Like no one's gonna watch it, or maybe 300 people watch it, and then more than that watch it. But I don't know. It's like a lottery ticket. You don't know what's gonna happen with it until you play it. So like right now, my social media is doing incredibly well on Facebook. My numbers are insane. Like I've gained 60,000 followers in like a few months on there. My I have a spam account on Instagram that's grown 40,000 this year, and like my TikTok hasn't moved. So like it's just you got to play your cards where the cards need to be played too. I think you should have a great experience when you go in with an artist, and you should be able to have like that conversation back and forth, make sure you know like you're getting yourself into the thing you want for the rest of your life, and then make sure that the art is going to hold up for the rest of their life. So I think like a client should still be able to get what they want forever, because it is your body forever, and you should be able to hopefully produce a thing that they want. I don't know. I look at this a lot of times and think like I don't even know how the hell I did it. Like I mean, I guess I get how I did it, but it's like looking back at it, like I remember in the beginning, like I knew I had like enough clientele to keep the place open, but I didn't know if it would like flourish. And then watching it flourish like this is I'm very proud of that. Like I didn't think it was gonna do this quick.